Hey adrenaline junkies, welcome to Police Pursuit. Today we launch a new fresh series when people messed with the wrong cops. Every reckless choice flips on instant justice mode. Buckle up, let's roll right now, folks. On August 8, 2024, Marquise Jones was pulled over by Arkansas police, but immediately became uncooperative, loudly refusing commands before suddenly accelerating away. What began as a routine stop quickly escalated into a dangerous pursuit as he weaved aggressively through heavy traffic, putting numerous drivers at risk. Officers responded decisively and executed a controlled pit maneuver to end the chase. Once the vehicle came to a stop, they were shocked to discover Jones's young son inside the car, along with marijuana. Authorities noted that his reckless decision to flee not only endangered the public, but also his own child.
Turn it off!
Jones was taken into custody while appearing panicked and overwhelmed by the consequences of his actions. He now faces potential jail time on charges including fleeing law enforcement and endangering the welfare of a child. The case concludes with Jones expressing regret after a series of dangerous and irresponsible choices.
Call up enemy! Hands up! Hands up!
While patrolling on Washington Street near the north end of the Highway 1 bypass in Forest City, a trooper received notification that the St. Francis County Sheriff's Office was actively pursuing a red Dodge Ram pickup traveling northbound. The trooper quickly moved to intercept and soon became the primary unit as the vehicle came into view. The driver, later identified as Andre T. Hunter, was weaving aggressively through traffic, ignoring traffic control devices, and driving with complete disregard for public safety. When the opportunity presented itself, the trooper executed a tactical vehicle intervention (TVI). The impact caused the pickup to lose control, leave the roadway, roll over, and come to rest disabled in a ditch along the east side of the road. The collision must have been very strong for the suspect's wheel to come off and roll on the road. Despite the strong impact, the suspect was not injured.
Hands! 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 Crawl up here to me! Crawl up here to me! Hands up! Hands up!
Officers immediately approached and conducted a high-risk felony takedown. When ordered out of the vehicle, Hunter exited while drinking from a can of beer, showing clear signs of alcohol use during the pursuit. He was taken into custody at the scene without further incident.
Walk up here! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Hey, yo, watch that car! Watch that car! Watch that car! I got the car! I got the car!
Hunter was transported to a medical center after complaining of shoulder pain and now faces multiple charges, including driving while intoxicated, driving on a suspended license, no insurance, open container violations, improper lane usage, and failure to obey traffic control devices. The pursuit had ended, but the legal consequences were only beginning.
10-4, 10-15, clear the net.
On August 15, 2022, Oklahoma City officer Nick Mills attempted to stop a pickup truck for equipment violations and displaying false plates. Instead of complying, the driver, 30-year-old Alex Carpenter, fled, initiating a high-speed pursuit through city streets.
I'm 1060. I'm gonna be west on Grand, coming up on.
Inside the truck were Carpenter's girlfriend, 26-year-old Mercedes Martinez, and 22-year-old Ethan Matthews. The chase ended when officers performed a tactical vehicle intervention, causing the pickup to crash. Mattis was pronounced dead at the scene, and Martinez later died in the hospital from her injuries. Carpenter survived the crash and was arrested in May 2023. He later pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder. The court sentenced him to 20 years in prison, followed by 2 years of probation, bringing a tragic case to a legal conclusion after the deadly consequences of his decision to flee.
Stop moving!
Georgia State Patrol attempted to stop a wanted fugitive with multiple outstanding warrants, but the suspect refused to pull over and accelerated away. What began as a targeted stop quickly escalated into a dangerous high-speed pursuit across public roadways, placing other drivers at considerable risk. As the chase intensified, the suspect drove recklessly in an effort to evade capture. The pursuit came to a sudden halt when the fleeing vehicle crashed into a sheriff deputy's patrol car, disabling both units and scattering debris across the roadway.
To the right.
Officers immediately moved in following the collision, surrounding the suspect before any further escape was possible. The individual was taken into custody without additional incident. The case underscores the severe consequences and public safety dangers that arise when suspects choose to flee from law enforcement rather than comply with lawful orders. On December 8, 2022, an Ohio State trooper in Erie County spotted a Jeep Wrangler speeding at over 100 miles per hour and initiated a traffic stop near Sandusky on the south shore of Lake Erie. As the trooper approached, he smelled cannabis and asked the driver for identification. After checking the documents, he suspected the New York man was using a false identity. During questioning, the man stalled and made excuses. When asked to sit in the patrol car, he suddenly resisted, leading to a struggle before jumping back into the Jeep and fleeing, even ramming the patrol car as the trooper was still getting clear.
76, we're 31, left shoulder.
Are you able to go past and then a couple miles?
The pursuit lasted 25 minutes at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour, putting other drivers at serious risk. Troopers deployed spike strips multiple times, damaging the Jeep's tires. Eventually, while trying to force his way through a narrow exit, the man rammed a patrol car, lost control, and stopped near a median. He then fled on foot, but was quickly tackled and arrested after falling into a ravine.
Go northbound.
Northbound. MSP for the money.
31.
We're 31. Left shoulder.
MSP for the money.
6 destruct, 76.
He was charged with multiple offenses, including drug possession and trafficking, identity theft, obstruction, assault, and felonious assault. His bond was set at $25,000, requiring full payment. In 2024, he accepted a plea deal and was sentenced to several years in prison, with a scheduled release date of November 2027. The incident demonstrated the determination and courage of the Ohio State Troopers and served as a reminder that resisting law enforcement only leads to more serious consequences. All suspects are presumed innocent until proven guilty in court, and in this case, the court delivered its verdict.
Wrecked out.
The incident began when a driver ignored a stop signal on the highway, prompting officers to initiate a pursuit. What should have been a routine traffic stop quickly escalated as the vehicle accelerated away, swerving recklessly and placing surrounding motorists in significant danger.
I got a straight shot.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! No!
The chase came to an abrupt end when the car crashed into an obstacle and was disabled. The driver exited and attempted to flee on foot, but officers quickly closed the distance and detained her before she could escape.
I was about to turn on Thunder on 60.
Authorities later learned the driver was pregnant. Overwhelmed, she collapsed to her knees, crying and pleading for understanding while explaining her decision to run. The emotional scene left officers balancing their duty to enforce the law with compassion for her personal circumstances as they worked to resolve the situation safely and responsibly. The suspect's vehicle sped down the roadway at nearly 114 miles per hour, weaving through restricted areas and placing countless lives at risk. Officers remained in close pursuit, determined to end the reckless flight before it resulted in a catastrophic crash. As the chase continued, the vehicle sustained a punctured tire, but the driver refused to stop. With the threat escalating, police made the decision to carry out a tactical vehicle intervention to prevent further danger to the public. The maneuver caused the car to flip multiple times before finally coming to a violent stop. Despite the dramatic rollover, officers quickly secured the scene and took the suspect into custody without additional incident. The driver now faces multiple serious charges, underscoring law enforcement's commitment to protecting public safety and stopping dangerous pursuits as swiftly as possible. A man speeding on a motorcycle attracted police attention when he dangerously weaved through traffic, endangering other drivers. Officers quickly realized he might be intoxicated while trying to escape. The driver then veered off the road, speeding through open fields in a desperate attempt to get away. Despite the rough terrain, he continued to accelerate. The chase ended when officers performed a controlled pit maneuver, safely stopping the motorcycle. He was arrested and charged with speeding, drug use, and driving with an expired license. On the morning of May 31st, 2022, Georgia state troopers prepared to intercept an ongoing pursuit on eastbound the 420, as the Haralson County Sheriff's Office was chasing a blue Honda with no license plate. As the vehicle approached, it sped past at an extremely high rate of speed, prompting a state trooper to immediately join the pursuit when the driver accelerated instead of stopping. The Honda quickly exceeded 100 miles per hour, aggressively weaving through traffic and even using the grass shoulder and emergency lane to pass vehicles. The suspect narrowly avoided multiple collisions, including dangerous encounters with a pickup truck towing a trailer and a semi-truck, showing complete disregard for the safety of others on the road. When traffic ahead briefly cleared, the trooper seized the opportunity to perform a pit maneuver. The tactical contact caused the Honda to lose control and leave the roadway, disabling it on the shoulder and ending the vehicle pursuit. However, the driver, later identified as Lenny Davis Brown, fled the scene on foot before officers could reach him. A K-9 search was deployed, but the suspect initially managed to escape. About an hour and a half later, a Carroll County deputy spotted a man matching the description walking near a gas station in Temple. When approached, the individual confirmed he was Brown, but immediately ran again. After a short foot pursuit, Brown was apprehended and taken into custody nearby. The suspect was then transported to the Carroll County Jail, officially bringing an end to the high-speed pursuit that began as a traffic violation but quickly escalated into a serious threat to public safety. On the evening of December 19, 2021, a license plate reader alerted officers to a stolen 2020 Dodge Charger traveling along Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Atlanta. An officer quickly located the vehicle and began following at a distance, allowing additional units to move into position in an effort to avoid initiating an immediate pursuit. The driver, later identified as Taylor Evans, initially drove normally. However, upon reaching Parsons Street, he suddenly turned the wrong way onto a one-way street and accelerated aggressively. When emergency lights and sirens were activated, Evans refused to stop, shut off his vehicle's lights, and sped away at speeds between 80 and 100 miles per hour. He repeatedly drove against traffic, ran red lights, and ignored traffic signals, creating a serious danger to everyone on the roadway. Ground units briefly lost visual contact, but aviation units quickly reacquired the vehicle and maintained continuous aerial surveillance while providing real-time updates. When officers attempted to block him at an intersection, Evans deliberately rammed a patrol vehicle to escape and continued fleeing before rear-ending an uninvolved motorist, which finally forced the Charger to stop. Evans immediately exited and fled on foot, but officers gave chase. A taser was deployed, successfully incapacitating him, and he was taken into custody without further incident. During a search, officers recovered a loaded Taurus G2C handgun from his pocket, along with the vehicle key fob and cash.
Get the wrecking out in the median. Rollover, rollover.
26. I believe that tires will be snowing. I'm behind it.
On the afternoon of Wednesday, October 2nd, 2024, at approximately 5:30 p.m., units from the Arkansas State Police, working alongside the Texarkana, Arkansas Police Department, engaged in the pursuit of a stolen vehicle traveling through the streets of Texarkana. After locating the suspect heading north on Jefferson Avenue, troopers quickly joined the chase. The driver immediately merged onto the interstate and floored the accelerator, pushing the vehicle to nearly 95 miles per hour in a desperate attempt to escape. The pursuit came to a violent end when the driver attempted to pass another vehicle along the median near the interstate interchange. At high speed, he lost complete control. The vehicle swerved violently and overturned multiple times before coming to rest upside down in the median, its frame crushed and motionless.
Traffic clear. I'm going to try to get TBI. They're passing on the left inside shoulder. They're about to wreck out right here. Looks like, yep. Yep, they're wrecking out in the median. Roll over, roll over.
Driver, show me your motherfucking hands! Hey, show me your hands! Muscles, you understand? I will tase the hell out of you. Stand the fuck up. I said stand up, bro.
Troopers quickly moved in and took the driver, a 17-year-old local resident, into custody. After being transported to Christus St. Michael Healthcare for treatment and cleared of life-threatening injuries, the suspect was transferred to a juvenile detention center. The high-speed chase had come to an end, but the legal consequences he now faced were only just beginning.
Stand up. Put your feet under you. Don't play stupid. You done did up.
While on patrol, Station 20 dispatched broadcast that the Detroit Police Department was following a vehicle that had been taken in an armed carjacking. The Auto Theft Task Force was conducting surveillance on the target and requested assistance with a traffic stop near westbound I-96 and Telegraph Road. Troopers immediately activated their emergency lights and sirens to assist. Upon realizing law enforcement presence, the suspect accelerated and fled, exiting at Telegraph Road and continuing at high speed through multiple city streets.
Northbound, we're going to be on
The pursuit quickly escalated into an extremely dangerous situation as the suspect repeatedly ran red lights and drove at speeds exceeding 100 to 120 miles per hour on roads posted for only 25 to 45 miles per hour. The vehicle was confirmed to be stolen in an armed carjacking and connected to multiple other robberies, posing a severe threat to public safety. When an opportunity presented itself on Grand River Avenue, a trooper successfully executed a pit maneuver, causing the vehicle to lose control and come to a stop. However, shortly after, a Detroit police vehicle accidentally struck the driver's side door of the patrol unit as officers moved in to secure the scene.
Going back up. Eastbound.
Going back east.
Pit initiated.
Out on foot.
Northbound.
The police officer ran directly over him, but luckily not hard enough, so he continued running to escape. Refusing to surrender, the suspect, later identified as Arnez Arnold Carter, exited the vehicle and fled on foot through residential streets. The trooper pursued closely behind, and the patrol vehicle made slight contact with the suspect due to wet ground conditions and reduced braking effectiveness after the high-speed pursuit. The chase continued on foot as the suspect ran behind a residence and jumped a fence. Officers quickly closed in, followed over the fence, and subdued Carter at the scene. He was taken into custody without further incident, bringing the dangerous pursuit involving an armed carjacking suspect to an end. The video captures a tense pursuit in North Little Rock, Arkansas, as Sergeant Riles follows a white pickup truck determined to evade police. Throughout the chase, the driver intentionally created danger, braking abruptly and accelerating hard, reaching speeds over 90 miles per hour and putting other motorists at serious risk. The pursuit ended when the truck veered off the roadway and crashed into a field. The suspect was arrested and charged with speeding, DUI, disobeying traffic signals, and reckless driving. If you thought this was intense, wait for what's next. Click the next video to see how fast situations spiral. Thanks for watching, and subscribe if you haven't already. Troopers with the Missouri State Highway Patrol responded to multiple 911 calls reporting a black 2021 Chevy Traverse speeding, swerving into oncoming lanes, and even driving the wrong way on Interstate 44. Callers also described a possible disturbance inside the SUV, raising additional concerns about the safety of the occupants and other drivers on the roadway.
Speed back up to 90.
At approximately 10:19 a.m., Trooper Townsend located the vehicle traveling over 110 miles per hour. When emergency lights were activated, the driver, identified as Crystal Courtwright, accelerated to 132 miles per hour and fled for nearly 17 miles. Throughout the pursuit, she drove erratically, ignored traffic signals, and continued creating extreme danger for motorists. The chase ended at the 195 westbound exit when Courtright lost control and crashed into a highway sign.
There's not an exit right there.
After the crash, she made incoherent statements and admitted to using marijuana. Following a blood draw for testing, she was arrested and booked into the Crawford County Jail, facing multiple charges related to the high-speed pursuit and impaired driving.